Morning, my name is Michael A. Montoya. My brother and I own 2 boxing gyms where Shun trained. And you're right, he fought a good fight.
Yes, he did.
What we liked about him is we have a lot of kids that come to the gym. Unfortunately, a lot of them come from troubled families or have issues. He was already respectful when he got there. He always said, yes, sir, no, sir. If you say yeah in the gym, then you give us 20 push-ups. So if you ever come to the gym and you see kids doing push-ups randomly, then you know they said the word yeah and said, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, coach, no, coach. But good kid. He liked to come and train. He took care of business. He jumped rope on his own. He ran, hit the bag, shadow box. When he was there, he took care of business and he trained. We really enjoyed having him there. We were hoping that he would compete on our amateur team. Unfortunately, he's probably competing up in heaven. So he's in a better place, that's for sure. My father was going to be here today and wanted to give some remarks. Unfortunately, he's getting up in age, so he couldn't make it. And my brother's always late to everything, so he'll probably show up when I'm finished. But I'm blessed and honored to be here, Mr. Perry. We pray and feel the pain, and a good kid again. Sorry for your loss.
Amen.
I just wanted to make a last remarks. I thank you for the opportunity. I've known this family for years. Louise and I have been friends for more than 42 years. Matter of fact, she's my daughter's godmother. And ShunMichael and my granddaughter, Kennedy, we traveled to Atlanta some years ago with Louise and I for MegaFest. And my granddaughter and Shun, about a year apart, they were very competitive on this trip, very competitive. They were exposed to a lot of different things, rock climbing, bungee jumping, and they were constantly competing against one another. And I always say in life, nothing just happens. My granddaughter was here with me before going to college, and we spent time going back and reflecting over things that we've done before, and we pulled out a scrapbook that I made from that trip. And this was before any of this had occurred, and we were looking through the pictures at the things that they had done during the trip, and she was asking me about ShunMichael and how he was doing. But God reminded me, just like Pastor said, that he is completely healed and completely loved. And what we have to do is love one another, because time we have no control over. We're stuck in space, in this space. God knows the past. God knows our future. We only have control of what's happening to us day by day. So I encourage you to live life as if it's precious and it means a lot to you. More importantly, live life so that God is pleased with what you're doing. Thank you.
Are there any more remarks?
First, oh God, no, I stayed up all night last night in my son's room. I'm still waiting for somebody to wake me up and tell me this is a bad dream. It's just not fun. My baby is gone. I'm just left with so many memories. That all this is memories. I feel
Memories are good memories.
very good
That's the
memories.
best thing about it. You got those memories. That's good.
I'm not gonna cry. I refuse to stand up here in grief and pain. I'm gonna share some really great moments, life moments that I had with my mother gave. Okay? First thing I want to do before God and everybody that's in here, and I'm so appreciative that you all showed up to pay homage to a really, really great young man. And first thing that I want to say is that I'm so sorry. I'm sorry practically for every day that I cried. I told you, you messed up my life. I have a baby. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Because my son was such a special little boy. And there was so many gifts that he had, athletic-wise, writing-wise, boxing-wise, football-wise. You know, as sometimes as parents, we can just be too overprotective of our kids. And Sean was a pretty blessed young man because there's a lot of people that overprotected him. Okay, he refused to be a kid that was like things are too easy or was given to him on, with a silver spoon in his mouth. God, this is the hardest thing that I've ever had to do in my life. I know my constant calling, like, well, where are you? You know, check in with me. I guess it really kind of got to him. Sometimes we can be too, we can worry a little too much about our kids. I know I just had such a problem, and this won't take long, but I'm gonna get this out. This is a beautiful story by the time I finish it. Being so conservative, I just always say, well, let's get rid of the dreads and just get a regular haircut. It's like, no, Dad, I'm just being me. I'm going to school. I'm gonna be a lawyer. This is what's so hard for me. My son had such a difficult time after my mom passed. It took him a while to finally start coming back, but he finally did. Enrolled in school, and it's so tragic that he went to school for 1 week. I took him back and forth to the Eastfield College to the train station so we could make it to Centro. And I'm just so blessed that I had such a great son. I really did. I really was a fine young man. And I have always been overbearing. You know, like you got stage parents. I was an overbearing football parent. You know, it took him a while to finally get into football. I remember when first time he ever put a uniform on, had never played, he almost scored like a 70-yard touchdown. This young man just had so many athletic attributes to it. It was just unbelievable. And he was such a handsome little fella, and he just hated for people to comment on his looks. And God, it's just, I keep thinking that somebody's gonna tap me on the shoulder and tell me that this is a bad dream, because I never would have believed when I peered through that peephole and saw that police officer out there. The first thing that came in my mind was, my God, what has he done now? What has he done now? And then, once I opened the door, he said, well, there's been an accident. I still didn't know that was it. I mean, I didn't know till I got to the hospital. But, you know, I'm finna wrap this up and make it quick. What I remember the most about my son, he never wanted anybody to comment on his looks. He really struggled with being biracial, okay? And this is one of my fondest memories of my son, is that I was always concerned because he was such a good-looking kid. I mean, I can remember when my son was in his little baby crib, I could go places and it'd just be like, wow, look at all the people that's interested, because I got this great. So, this is a funny story right here, John. I can remember, I think Sean was about 5 or 6 years old, okay? We've always kind of lived in the suburbs, so he's never really been subjected to harsh living like the projects. So I was visiting somebody in the projects when he was about 5 or 6, and I went ahead and allowed him to play with these kids because they were sliding, okay? And I was kind of concerned, but as a parent, I just stepped back and just naturally see what was gonna happen. There was this little kid, I don't know if he was kind of felt Sean was out of place with the curly hair and proper talking, but the little kid smacked him a few times, okay? And so I didn't say anything, and next thing I know, this little kid surprised and shocked me. He turned around and socked his head. And the little boy took off running, crying. And the gentleman walked up to me and said, wow, was that your son? That's your son? I'm like, yes, sir, that's my son. And this is the last story I'm gonna tell. This is really the good one, because I know about my son's attributes as far as his writing. I used to sneak in his room and look at some of the things that he would write, and it would just blew my mind. This kid was such an incredible writer. I'm like, wow, he could really do something with that. And the speech that he gave at my mom's funeral, it just floored everyone because his writing ability was just so far off the charts, okay? It was just unbelievable, and I give my aunt a lot of credit for that, for the training, you know, and the studying and the tutoring that she gave him as a school teacher. Now, Brandon, I guess they call them millennials. I don't know what they call this generation that's in their 20s, but they kind of got their own way of doing things. So me and Sean would clash occasionally because I'm like, well, if you get up in the morning, I want you to say good morning to whoever cooked the breakfast, son. It's disrespectful if you don't do that, okay? So, you know, we kind of clash often. And I used to tell him, well, you're wasting your money going to that boxing gym. I'm from the old school. I don't care how much boxing you have, you'll never be able to beat me, okay? So that boxing gym that I was dropping Sean off at, that he never would let me come in there and watch him train, okay? Maybe it was because, well, the man is always saying I'm wasting my money. Oh, and by the way, when I leave the microphone, I'm gonna have his best friend to come up for about 4 minutes. Anyway, yeah, that's another thing. I found out my name is the man, okay? I guess I'm one of the parents that call too much. I guess I text too much where you at, but I found out that that was my nickname, the man. So one day I said, well, you know what, Sean, listen, I don't know where I was coming from, but he was sitting on the porch with a real kind of cocky smirk on his face. And I said, you know, I've been talking to you a lot about this respect thing, and I think you're being kind of rude, because I think when I walked up, I asked him, where had he been? And he said, wow. And I'm like, oh, so you're being rude. I said, okay, I've been warning you. So I went in the house, I came back out, and this is a true story. I said a prayer. I said, forgive me for what I'm about to do, but I've been warning you. I'm going to show you that boxing stuff, it means absolutely nothing to me, because I'm old school. So I actually balled my fists up and I sucker punched Sean while he was sitting down. Okay? Now what amazes me, I gave him a grown man hit. Do you know he stood there for about 10 seconds processing? He just did like that and he was processing. And I'm like, he didn't fall, I'm in trouble. So I started backpedaling and he said, oh, man, you just hit me. You hit me. He was just like so stunned. And when I backpedaled, we backpedaled into this fence. I gave him my hardest 3 or 4 minutes. And my God, after that, my baby just started doing that stuff that I didn't even know. I swear, he never would let me come watch him box. You know, because if I would have watched him box, I would have knew. But anyway, he boxed me so hard till I had to say, son, I'm still your dad. Please forgive me. You know, please let me make it. Please, son, stop. And then it took him about 30 minutes to pull it off. Finally came back in the house. He was ready to sock me again. He said, man, you sucker punch me. But in any case, after that incident, I realized, I'm like, wow, my baby really got something. I'm like, this young man has so many talents. You know, he could have actually been a prize fighter, a really, really great boxer, you know? So I'm gonna cut it off and I'm gonna let his best friend come up here for about 3 minutes, okay? Come here, Ron.
All right.
Let him speak.
That's all right.
How's everybody doing today? That story that he just told, that was a true story, man. He came over to my house right after that, and he was screaming at the top of his lungs, talking, man, I just beat the man up. I finally did it. I just beat the man up, man. I just beat the man up. And my mama, he was being so loud, she came out there and yelled at him, told him to be quiet. And then he started whispering, I just beat the man up. He was so happy that he was going off the whole night, man, the whole night. But I thank God that I got to spend the last 3 days of his life. He got to spend the last 3 days of his life with me. He was at my house every day, and I thank God that I got to spend time with him. And he was just the best friend I could ever ask for, that I ever had, man. And I've never had another friend like him. It's really hard for me too. I'm also scared of it. I ain't never did this before. But man, Dreadhead. If y'all don't know him, his nickname is Dreadhead. Yeah, that's what we used to call him, man. But I don't even know what to say, man. Huh? Oh yeah. He was really good at rapping, man. He been doing that stuff for about 2-3 years now. He done got real good, man. Like, can't even explain it. He was just stupid with it. But I love him, man. I'm glad. I'm sad to see him go, but I'm also happy that he don't get to stay in this horrible world with us no more. You know what I'm saying? He gets to go into a better place and watch over us and chill in heaven with class students, you know. But I love you, man. How everybody doing? I called Dreadhead brother because I graduated in 2013 out of Montoya High School. Like, he used to come over to my mom's house and like, he wanted to do her hair, so my mama did hair, and she had her hair stuff. So she did his dreads. And then that's when I started calling him Dreadhead. So he used to come to me and always call me and talk about where you at. I walk over there to his pop's house, and the first time I met his pops, he didn't know who I was. He like, what you doing walking up in my house? I'm like, I'm Dominic, I'm dreadhead brother. So I always be walking with dreadhead, and I always look for him, and I always walk with him. But every time I walk with him, about 2 seconds later, he disappeared. I be like, where he at? About time I go, I don't see him. About like 4 hours later, he be somewhere else. And then I gotta walk back to his house to look for him. I do not see him because he went the opposite way. But I always look at Dread like his brother. Like I call him brother. I always call him brother. And I seen him the day before he died. And when he was telling me he was about to get ready to go to high school, he was on mother and computer, and he was doing the stuff on the computer, like he was getting ready for school and stuff. And the next day when they told me he died, I like looked up. And then when they told me that, we went to the hospital. I go to the hospital. I go in the hospital, I'm about to flip. By the time I go back to the house, they had locked me in, and then I would never back. And my nigga to see him and go to the funeral. I'm happy my people got me out. God come see him. But I love all the family, you feel me? I even know the cousin, the girl who came up here talking about that. Amen.
Are there any more remarks? I give honor to God, who is so worthy to be praised. Thank God for the ministers, friends, and family who are sharing a loved one with us today, ShunMichael Perry. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it, because we know that Shun is in heaven. Shun had a team of prayer warriors praying for him at the hospital. And one thing that we all need to be reminded of about prayer is whenever you pray, you want to pray specific prayers. We prayed for Shun that God would let him live. But in our prayer, we discovered that God did answer our prayer. But what we discovered, the revelation behind us praying, touching and agreeing, hearing God say, Shun will live. When 2 or 3 come together in my name, they can ask anything and the Father hears it. So we had a team of prayer warriors. Bobby, Kenny's not here today. So many other family members, Bridget, my daughter, so many. And as a result of all of that, the revelation that I got concerning the prayer, because we were believing that Shun was going to live. And God said, Shun is going to live, but he's going to live in heaven with me, not here on earth. So, you know, when things happen and we're praying, just remember to pray specific prayers. God granted Hezekiah 15 more years to live. God granted Shun more life to live. But in our prayer, we didn't ask to stay here on earth with us. and God honored our prayer. He always honors your prayer. Be specific in prayer. My sister, I'm Sean's aunt. My sister, Sean's grandmother, Mary Cunningham Perry, had a very tremendous influence on Sean's life. At an early age, she discovered that Sean was a struggling reader. So as a result of that, she called me and she said, I need you to tutor Sean. So we worked something out. And she paid me a fee. And the reason she paid me a fee, because Sean meant the world to her, and that was an investment. So what we always have to do is to remember, we invest in things that are priority. And Sean was definitely a priority with Mary Perry Cunningham. So Sean did very well in tutoring. He excelled academically very high. And as a result of that, as Minister Linda Hunter stated, I took Sean on a vacation. We went to MegaFest in Atlanta, Georgia. He did there were so many activities, and one thing in particular that really stood out was our visit to Spelman and what's the men's college? Morehouse. So Sean was introduced at an early age to universities. And I just want to say that Sean had so many mamas. There was Mama Cheryl. And I just want to tell a little story about Mama Cheryl. We were all talking, Mary, Sean's grandmother, Cheryl, ShunMichael, and myself. And Sean made the statement and said, Auntie Mama Cheryl has 3 boyfriends, and I don't have 1 girlfriend. So we thought that was so hilarious. Sean was shy, but he was such a smart, intelligent young man. And also there was Mama Joyce. So, but even though all these mamas, Barbara was the one that, Barbara is Sean's mother. Barbara gave birth to Sean. So Barbara was very dependent on Mary. You couldn't separate the two. Barbara, Mary. So they worked together. And as a result of that, Sean became the young man that he is today. So we just want to thank everyone for coming. And we will definitely miss Sean. And so many people were instrumental in Sean's life. So many people contributed to his life. As you know, as you take the journey along the way, you run into this person. You run into this person. So the journey is not complete without the village. Thank you. I also have a resolution.
Giving up people's the head of my life. To my pastor, Dr. J.L. Raymond. Oh, Jesus, ShunMichael Perry. That was amazing. true story that his dad told me because he called me. He said, Mom, the man just sucker punched me. What do you think I should do? So I told him, you're not a baby anymore. You're 20 years old. So do whatever you think is right. I say, go get him. I just want to thank each and every one of you all for coming. Just keep us in your prayer.
I was just real emotional at first. You know what? The proudest memory that I'm going to be left with is that one week that I was taking my son back and forth to school. We made a bet. He told me, I said, well, his plans were that he was going to go to the community college for 2 years and then was going to transfer to a 4-year school. And then he was going to go to law school. So I made a bet with him. I said, well, guess what? I'm going back to school too. So I'm going to see if I can beat you because I know a shortcut that you don't know about. So for the rest, until I graduate, I got my son's student ID here that I'm going to keep till I finish law school. See? Amen.
I have a resolution from the Dallas Independent School District. Resolution, ShunMichael Perry, the joy of the Lord is your strength, Nehemiah 8 and 10. Whereas death has invaded the rank of this beloved family and carried away a dear son. Be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution will be given to the family and kept in the church archives. Humbly submitted September the 16th, 2019, Ramika Sneed Principal, and this is to the family that supports, we the MLK family will support Sister Joyce Brown, his mother, and we pray for her continued strength. Humbly submitted September the 16th, 2019. Ramika Sneed Principal, Maddie Tipkins, MLK Parent Liaison, and staff from the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Learning Center. I didn't read all of the resolution, but this was given in behalf of his mother, Joyce. At this time, we will have a solo. Latrice Dixon.
no tears to cry, even if I tried. So speak right now, then refuses to die. One touch will change my life. Please take me to the King. I don't have much to breathe. My heart is torn in pieces. It's my offering. Lay me at the throne. Leave me there alone to gaze upon your glory. Sing to you this song. Please take me to the King. Truth is, it's time to stop delaying these things, 'cause we need a word for the people's pain. So Lord, speak right now. Let it pour like rain. Oh yeah, we're desperate. We're chasing after you. Oh, no rules, no religion. See, I've made my decision to run to you, the healer that I need. My heart is torn to pieces. It's my offering. And lay me at the throne. Leave me there alone to gaze upon your glory and to sing to you this song. Lord, we're in the way. We keep